everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm going to be telling you exactly what you're going to need in your hospital bag. No extras, no fluff, no maybe put this in there. This is what you're going to absolutely need. You need 10 packs of sheets and 12 pillowcases. No. I was there 9 whole days. 9 days I was chilling in the hospital. Wasn't prepared, didn't have really a bag at all. So if anything, I know exactly what you need to pack in this bad boy right here. Okay? Before we get started, I just want to let y'all know that it is almost Valentine's Day and I've only got about 5 pair or so of these style of earrings on my shop left, so go check that out. Maybe buy you a pair. So moving along, we're going to start with categories. So I've got a whole blog post here that I have written and I'm pretty much just going to be going down it. It is sadlerlife.com and I even give you a little checklist. I'll go ahead and click on it and you can print it off. See my blinds and everything. So that is my little checklist that I have got ready for you. You can click on it and you can print it off, take it with you, that sort of thing. But I'm just pretty much going to go through it and explain exactly what I mean, you know, from my list here. The very first category is going to be your legal items. Now this is going to be your insurance cards, your license, or your ID in some form of money. I can't remember if they made us pay anything up front or if they just like had a credit card on file. So get, you know, your debit card, credit card, and then have you some cash or change if you want to get anything out of the vending machine, that sort of thing. Pretty much, don't forget to bring your wallet. Have whoever's coming with you to the hospital not to forget their wallet because they might have to check in and register as like your guest or whatever, depending on what hospital you're at, so they don't need to forget their wallet. Make sure everybody's got their wallet. Moving along to toiletries. Now everybody obviously knows you're going to need a little something when you're at the hospital, and I'm just going to kind of go through this list. They do make, you know, like the little big kits that you can buy with like just like a little toiletry bag. Those are perfect. You don't need much, just enough to get you by. These will include your shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothbrush, and toothpaste, mouthwash if you'd like it, a razor. You never know when you're going to go into labor. You never know. Ponytail holders or hair ties. I put that on here because I call them ponytail holders, but a lot of people call them hair ties. Makeup. I loved having makeup because it wasn't even, I didn't really even put on that much. Just getting a little bit of like eyebrows and mascara on just made me feel a lot better. And then chapstick. For some reason your lips get chapped. I don't know what it is. Everybody tells you to bring chapstick. Bring you some chapstick. Lotion. I loved having some lotion because I was swelled up so bad. My little feet were terribly swelled. And after I had a shower, my mom rubbed my feet really well and like just with some lotion. It just made you feel a little more fresh, you know, without putting like perfume on and stuff. You can just have a little bit of lotion. And a mini hair dryer. Now this one is obviously a little bit of a What are you doing?
She wanted to come see.
Still at Ella. Obviously my baby is no longer a little bitty tiny thing. Mommy. Look, you want to say hi to the people? Say hey. Hey. Okay, you're going to need that mini hair dryer because a big one's kind of too chunky to bring, but I braided my hair like after I washed it in the shower and everything, so you know, if you plan on doing that, that's great. But whoever's staying with you at the hospital might want to shower if they're especially there for a longer period of time and they might need to dry their hair. So just bring you like a little mini hair dryer if you've got one. It is a little bit on the luxury side. You don't absolutely have to have it. You can do without, but it is one of those things that after you wash your hair, like, oh my goodness, I don't have a hair dryer. On to clothing. This is one of the most important parts because you know when you're packing to stay the night at somebody's house, you're gonna pack you some clothes. And what I recommend is some muumuus. Okay, get you some muumuus, and they are actually, you know, some attractive ones out there. I've linked some through Amazon on my blog if you want to go look at it, and they're not bad. They're not bad. And I recommend the zip up ones, not just like a big gown. If you want like a little sleep gown, those are fine. But if you plan on breastfeeding, these zip up gowns are wonderful because you can just like unzip where you're at and not have to get totally undressed. You can wrap your pumping bra, you know, through your zipper, zip back up, keep pumping, or just unzip and have the baby nurse and you're not like, you know, pulling your shirt up or having to, you know, pull your whole gown up, you know, so it just makes a little bit better, especially if you're a first-time mom and you know you don't want everybody looking at you like you're nervous. The zip-up gowns work phenomenal. With it being a gown, you know, you're constantly going to the bathroom having to change yourself and nobody wants to be pulling down pants each time. You know, you can kind of just slip them off, change, you're good to go. But I also do recommend just some sort of comfy pajamas because my baby was in the NICU and I had to walk from my room to the NICU, and you know, I didn't want everybody seeing me in a muumuu all the time. So as visitors started to come and everything, I kind of put on just some regular comfy top and bottom. They were really loose and nice. And also don't forget to pack something for whoever is going to be staying at the hospital with you. Don't forget to pack them some clothes because we got there and Dee had nothing. He had to go home. My mom had to go get him some stuff. And so make sure, you know, they've got enough clothes to last them the whole time that they're there as well. Get you a nursing bra because your milk is going to come in a few days after birth, and you know, you're going to have to, you're going to be leaking. You're going to be leaking. So you need either some nursing pads or some way to express that milk. And just walking around loosey-goosey ain't going to get it because everybody going to know. They're going to see little drizzles everywhere. Trust me. Trust me. Also, I loved wearing fuzzy socks while I was there because, again, I was so swollen. Slippers and that sort of thing just wasn't comfortable on me. Fuzzy socks were great. They were great. And also, don't forget something to come home in. Don't forget to pack you something, you know, that you want to wear home. If you want to wear a gown home, that's whatever, do your thing. But I wanted to feel nice and fresh, so, you know, just pack you something that you would feel comfortable getting your picture made with your baby or whatever you're planning on doing when you get home. The next section, obviously, snacks. You got to get you some snacks. There are several, you know, baskets out there that you can get, like little gourmet food baskets if you want it delivered to you. I don't know. But there are just some baskets on Amazon that come fully packed with loads of snacks, that sort of thing. And what I recommend is some sort of crackers, like peanut butter crackers or something salty. I love me some chips, I'll be honest. Some chips, some peanuts, something to munch on. Something sweet. I had a hankering for chocolate covered pretzels. Had them when I was there for like the first time in a very long time. But since then I have not stopped. Chocolate covered pretzels are my go-to. So some kind of chocolate M&Ms. I loved peanut M&Ms. A trail mix that's kind of the best of both worlds, salty and sweet. Protein bars if you want them. And we also had some oranges and apples and bananas. The bananas, obviously, you'll have to know when you're going into the hospital for those. But the oranges and the apples, you can kind of like, you know, pack a week in advance just in case. And people kind of bring you that kind of stuff as well, but definitely have you some snacks, especially because whoever's in the hospital with you won't get, you know, 3 meals a day. While you're there, you should, if your insurance covers it, cover 3 meals per day, and our hospital had some pretty good food, so I was very, very satisfied with that. And Dee could eat too, but he had to pay like $9 a meal, so you know, just have you some snacks. Moving along to electronics, obviously you're gonna need to call some people. A long phone cord, charger, most everybody recommends that just because the plugs are so far away. Your phone's charging, can't get to it if you need some help, or you know, the phone's ringing, you kind of can't get to it easily, especially after birth because your leg's gonna be numb if you had a C-section like me and you can't move for like 9 hours. Some nice cameras. So we film weddings, and obviously like I'm filming on one right now, and you know, we just wanted to have our nice cameras there. Now granted, we did not use them. We just filmed on our phones the whole time because it was a lot easier to go from, you know, the NICU to our room with the phones rather than carry the big camera around. But if you've got them, I would just recommend bringing them because, you know, they take better pictures, film better video, that sort of thing. And also your camera equipment, your chargers, SD cards, lenses, microphone, etc. You know, your bag. You don't want to forget. That kind of stuff is kind of important if you're going to bring your camera. The next section is all baby, pretty much. Baby outfits, that sort of thing. Get you a coming home outfit. They're cute. You want to take your picture with your baby and like the cute little sign, whatever. You don't want to forget that. Your hospital door hanger, if you've got one made, don't forget that. Baby blankets. The hospital gives you like the little baby blankets, but if you've got one to take them home in. Stella had issues keeping her temperature, so we had to keep her bundled at all times, even on the way home. Like she was wrapped up tight, had 2 hats on. Like we were really trying to keep her temperature up. Sleepers. Don't be worried about getting all them cute little 2-piece outfits and all that business. Just get you some sleepers. Zipper sleepers are the way to go. Just in case your baby has to go to the NICU or anything, go ahead and get you maybe one with like a button up with buttons to clasp. That way, if they are in the NICU and they've got like the monitors on them and stuff, the little wires can fit through and they can still wear their clothes. And I also recommend like mittens or socks just because they do, you know, scratch their face and stuff. And their feet get cold. But also if you've got sleepers on them, a lot of the newborns come with like these little cuffs that fold over and pretty much are mittens, and they've got the feet in them, so they're socks, so you don't have to worry about bringing all that. But that is something to think about, is just packing a little bit for baby for that reason. But besides that, get you some sleepers, a blanket, coming home outfit, you know, or a cute picture outfit, that sort of thing, whatever you want to take their picture in. They're good to go. Now, if you've got your diaper bag packed, you want to bring your whole diaper bag set up, you want to bring everything but cream, diapers, wipes, thermometer, nose sucker, you name it. If you want to bring everything that you've got, bring it, but the hospital does give you like everything that you need. We used everything that they had, like the little syringe to feed her because she was little, like the little bottles, a passy, hats. They even had outfits for everything. So just remember that unless you just absolutely want to be overpacked for your baby, like as far as the diaper bag and everything, don't worry about bringing it. The hospital's got you covered. Save that for when you get home because you're going to be going through those diapers. Moving along to breast pump supplies. So if you are planning on breastfeeding, absolutely bring your breast pump because a lot of times, I don't know, I feel like they try to talk you out of pumping if your baby's in the room with you. They just try to like get the baby to latch, and that's totally fine. But if they are in the NICU, they will in a pump for you because, you know, you can't be feeding them every time they're in it's time for feedings, and so you have to like pump the milk, take it to them, and they will in the Medela Symphony. But you can't take it home with you, and it's like a $2,000 pump. Insurance does not cover that. And like as far as taking it home with you or, you know, your personal pump, it's the hospital's pump. And so you can get your pump covered through insurance, so check into that. And if you've got TRICARE or Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama, check out this company right here. I used to work for them, and they can get everything covered for you, and it's pretty good. So I recommend the Spectra S1. I absolutely love the S1. Having been able to carry it around everywhere I went instead of like being hooked up to a wall was phenomenal, especially if Stella was crying or if I had to go to the bathroom or anything. I could just walk around with a pump and do anything that I needed to do. Storage bottles. So these, when I was there, the hospital actually gave them to me, but as I was pumping, the bottles that you pump into are not the ones that you store in. So when I would take it to the NICU, I would put them in these big storage bottles, and they would put it in their little fridge, and I would keep my bottles that you would pump in. And all that typically comes with the pump. Like they give you a couple of bottles, your pump parts, and your breast shields. Now, as far as pumping and all that goes, I also have a whole nother blog post up about it. I'm not going to go into depth of this video, but stick with it if you're really, really wanting to, because just stick with it. Go read my post and you will see. But moving on to the stuff that you need, your breast shields. Now, if you are having trouble with it, you might have the wrong size breast shield, and the hospital did bring me different sizes to try out, so look into that. Ask for a different size if you know you're having trouble or if it's uncomfortable. And also bring you a bag to store all your pump parts in, because it's a lot easier also to carry around. So sometimes I was able to pump while I was in the NICU, and so like I was on a strict schedule pumping, and you know, wherever I was, I just had to whip that sucker out and go. So get you a pump bag, makes things a lot easier. You're also going to need your storage bags. I like the Lancino ones, and that's for if you're going to put them in the freezer or in the fridge. You can put them in the fridge as well if you don't have the storage bottles, but they're mainly for the freezing part of the pumping journey. And also supplements. This is not something that I had originally packed, but I sent D straight to the hospital, straight to Target, and he got me a bunch of different of the supplements to try. I mean, I was just popping them suckers left and right. I was like, okay, we're doing this. We're doing it. So get you some breastfeeding supplements if that is what you're into. Do your research on what you know, are wanting to take or feel like would be beneficial. And last but not least, we're at the car seat section, the going home section. You are going to need a car seat before you even leave the hospital. They do a car seat test for all the babies, and they just have to sit. I think it's all the babies. It might only, I don't know if it's the NICU babies only. I'm not really sure, but they do pretty much. They sit them in the car seat for about an hour, however long your journey is home pretty much. They just make sure nothing happens, everything's fine, and then they can handle it. And if they pass, you're good to go. Take them to the hospital, or you can leave. Take them from the hospital, you can get discharged. And you will take that car seat then and go to the car and go bye-bye. And so make sure that you got your car seat, because they will not allow you to leave if you don't have a car seat, and make sure that you got the car seat base with it. Obviously, I recommend an infant car seat over the convertible, just because babies are so small and they really need that extra support. And a lot of times people don't like to get the infant ones because you have to like size up after a year or so, but it's so much more convenient to take them in and out of the car in that seat, and they can continue sleeping if you're in a restaurant or you can click them into a stroller and continue like pushing them around the store, that sort of thing. But if they're not in that and they're in a convertible, you have to physically take them out of that convertible car seat, wake them up, carry them, do whatever you need to do, transfer them, wakes them up. So I recommend an infant car seat. I absolutely loved the Graco Snug Ride Snug Lock 35. I can't find it really anywhere anymore online. I'm assuming they're discontinuing it. Target still has it in some stores. I've gone to some different Targets and like just always just look at the car seats, and I have seen it there still. But it was really great because it's rated for babies 4 pounds and up, and the one we originally had was for 5 pounds and up, and she was 5 pounds even when we left the hospital, and so she was kind of like flopping all over the place. She just was too big, and it wasn't near as snug as it needed to be for her, so that's when we got this one. It was rated for like 1 pound under, and it was just perfect. It was a lot more snug, held her in better, and I just felt safer with it. If you're here on this video, I'm sure you've done your research on your car seat, because that was the biggest, I don't know which one to get for me. And then the car seat base, don't forget it. It usually comes with the car seat, but you know, don't forget it, because then you're stuck and you don't have nothing to click it into. I was there 9 whole days, and this is just something that, looking back, this is all that I really needed. They give you everything. I know they advertise a lot for like the mom hospital care, like, you know, bring in your pads and your underwear, bring in the Always Depends, and bring in like the little Perry whatever to, you know, wash yourself with. They have a whole bunch of, you know, products for mom care, but if I'm honest, I would save all of that for when you come home, because you're still going to be bleeding. You're still, you know, it's still postpartum when you come home, and I would just use what the hospital had. A lot of people want to take their own pillows and things like that. Just, I don't know. I really don't know why. I mean, if you're weird about using other people's pillows, I understand that. But for comfort reasons, like, just give me more pillows, you know. People bring their own boppies, but I really just didn't want to bring all my stuff into the hospital and then bring it back home with me and have to wash it or anything like that. So towels, same thing. I just used everything that they had. Didn't have a problem with it. But like I said, I'm not telling you like what you have to do, but for me, I pretty much just took advantage of all the hospital had to offer, took the bare minimum, literally, because when I didn't have my hospital bag there with me when we got there, like I walked in and was like, I think my water broke. Not really sure. And I mean, I was only 33 weeks. Actually, I was 32 weeks and like 6 days. So I never left after that. And then she was born the following Sunday. So it was a time. It was a time, but you know, like I said, we forgot his clothes. Just a couple of things like here and there that we had to go back and get. But for the most part, if you want to overpack, if you absolutely think that you're going to forget something, go ahead and overpack by all means. But, you know, we only had a couple of bags, the camera bag, this big bag. He had a closed bag. But as far as what we packed and what I just listed off, that's what I would 100% make sure to bring and recommend to bring versus not having it at all. So anyways, I hope this was helpful in some way or another, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give me a big old like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day, and God bless.